Hello everyone, this video is entitled Chord Progressions. Now what I was doing then, I played 3 different chord progressions. They're very pop progressions that you probably would have heard. Possibly in different keys with different instruments, but those are some of the progressions you'll probably hear in the pop culture at the moment. So what is a chord progression? Well, a chord progression is taken from a scale, and then we use the numbers from that and apply it to the chords that are built off the scale. So say if we're in C major, and we've got C, D, E, which is obviously 1, 2, 3, and we carry on, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the 1. And then in the last lesson we built chords from there. If you haven't seen my last lesson, I'll post a video link in the description below, then you can follow along with this and it'll make more sense. So what this will then do is, say if we have the C major chord, which would be built from the root, which is C, that is our chord 1. So chord 1 of C major is C major. And then we have D, and because that's the second degree of the scale, that's chord 2 of C major, D minor, so on and so forth. But the way in which the scale works, I will need to just explain. We have C major for chord 1, D minor for chord 2, then we have E minor for chord 3, and then we have F major for chord 4, G major for chord 5, A minor for chord 6, B diminished for chord 7, and then back to chord 1. So we assign each one of those chords a number, how they correspond within the major scale. So a 1, 4, 5, for example, would be chord 1, C. We'd count up to the 4th. So that's F, we know it's F major. Just because if we start the scale from F, it's got that major third there, so we know it's major. Because of the way we know that chords are built. Like I say, if you don't know what I'm going on about now, I will have a link in the description below with a lesson that explains this, in a way in which you can work out for yourself as well. And then we go to chord 5, which is G, which is also major. Now that's a chord progression that is 1, 4, 5. You've probably heard people talk about that chord progression in blues, country. I mean, some pop tracks follow it as well. And what you can do is you can do like a 12-bar blues, which is just 1, 4, 5, which is all the major chords from the major scale. So you'll probably have heard something like this. That's a 1, 4, 5 in C. I mean, some of you probably twig now and think, oh yeah, I've heard that before somewhere. And yeah, that's all it is. And a 2, 5, 1 is another progression that's used quite a lot in jazz music, but some pop music does follow that as well. It has like a hint for 2, 5, 1 somewhere in the song. So what we do is we start from the second degree of the scale, which is D minor, because it's down on chord 2, because it's a 2, 5, 1. So we got chord 2, D minor, and then 5 of C, which is G, and then to the C, because it's the root, 2, 5, 1. So 2, 5, 1 in C would be, because we've gone from the second degree of the major scale, because that's chord 2, 2, 5, 1. The 5th, which is G, which is then leading to our 1 chord C. That's a 2, 5, 1 in C. You can take this and apply it to any sort of key in which it'll always be the same. The next chord progression I'm going to lead on to is a 1, 5, 6, 4, which is used a lot in pop music. This chord progression, variation of this chord progression, is seen to happen in quite a lot of pop music. So a 1, 5, 6, 4 would be 1, which is C, 5, which is chord G, 6, which is A minor, and F, which is chord 4, and then we go back to a C. Now when you're playing it there, you probably think, oh, I don't think I've heard that in pop. Well, let me just play it again now. Now you could probably sing quite a few songs over that in the pop charts recently. But it's quite a nice chord progression to use, it sounds quite nice. So there's the basics of 3 chord progressions that are used quite often. I mean, in one of our lessons we'll probably go on to extending our chords to the 7ths. And then we'll play the 2-5-1 with 7th chords. And the 7th chord, just to be dead brief for now, because I will have a lesson on it, is we follow our chord construction with 1, 3, 5. And then we can also add the 7th degree of the scale on there. So we add the 7. So we'll have 1, 3, 5, 7. So with C, we'd add in B as well, which is our 7th. So we'd play, which is quite a nice sounding chord. And a 2-5-1, you'll hear why it sounds jazzy now. Sounds very jazzy. But we'll lead on to that in another lesson. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this lesson, please go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/TonyHasselGuitar, and click like. I'll do regular updates on what I'm up to and also new lessons that are coming up. Or if you are a Twitter person, go on my Twitter, twitter.com/TonyHasselGTR. The links will be in the description below anyway, so it'll be fine. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps.